immediately.
Speaking of, CoreJJ flashing in, tactical jumping out. Oh no, a little bit of a disconnect there. As Iwandi went down extraordinarily low. Now Tarzan looking to capitalize. CoreJJ down to 100 light. Just needs to land another Q. But CoreJJ getting a lot of space here. He's down so low, but they can't kill him. Take a lot of damage here as Santorin doesn't have his flash available, but there's the flash forward from Jensen. Gets the chains as Icon down too low. The Pillar of Filth comes in, but the trade will be there. Now the resets are coming in as Tarzan showing off some of his LeBlanc skills. They're pretty nice.
Macroing LNG in a lot of ways here, which is not an expectation I had going into this game.
No, me neither. But LNG do have a lot of tools as the game goes on. As Icon's in so much trouble, Jensen looks for the autos. Frozen Tomb comes in. Icon's going to self-cast it, but there's the next round of spells, and Jensen gets the solo.
It's not what you want to take.
A lot of damage onto Light. The Buster Shot, though, calculation off just a little bit.
No!
Oh, never mind! Subjugate for the kill!
And we gotta call Light out here. This is not a fight you want to take 1v1. You don't have vision. You don't know where Santorin is. If anything hits you, or if you get stunned by anything, you get slowed by anything, you lose.
Great spot. Everywhere Tarzan goes, there's control wards. The Team Liquid have it now. He's out of position. The final chapter does come forward, and they do manage to get the pick onto CoreJJ. Great turnaround for LNG. Yeah, they also have so much Baron damage once Tactical has that third item online. It's another chain gonna land. There's the flash forward from CoreJJ, finds everyone in the Magnet Storm. Now Tarzan trying to get himself out of there, but now Tactical's getting the resets. Dodging the Mystic Shots as Light is gonna have to get himself the heck out of there. He still has his flash, but they may not have a Baron on the map for much longer.
This is going to be, so easy to take. You took out the Baron damage with Tactical in this game. It's so easy to rush this one down, and there's nothing LNG can do about this, and they haven't had map control this entire game, and now it's just in the graveyard right now, the tombstone in terms of what LNG is going to be able to see on the map. Ally sneaks this turret away, which is nice, but there's just nothing you've got in terms of how to fight now as Team Liquid. Unfortunately, I have to say, Tarzan's been invisible this game. He's 1-1 and 2. He didn't do anything in the early game. He hasn't been able to keep up with that vision
mistakes. I don't think TL's made one all game, as now we've got the flanking teleport. Icon looking for his opportunity, gets right into the middle, hasn't pressed the R button, waits until the very last moment. Jensen distorts his way out. Icon uses his stopwatch, but it just doesn't mean anything. TL just wiped the floor with him. Yeah, CoreJJ's gone, but they've lost Icon. They've lost Tarzan.
I mean, Icon's ultimate there was so sad. It didn't feel like it even went off there. It didn't feel like it even happened. Had such a low impact. He's so far behind as LNG now. I mean, this game is all but over.
You gotta wait for the wave, and you still gotta respect the pressure that the unit puts out. Really nice pillar there, and we did see that. Like, you might see the low health, but I think why doesn't TL go in? Because Arle is a level 16 Gwen with a uni on top. You still need to respect it. You know how much sustain this damage can provide. At the same time, 2 inhibitors down in 1 minute. The soul point spawns for Team Liquid, and let me remind you of the stakes for this game. Alliance just lost. They're down. They only have a single win thus far. What does it mean if Team Liquid wins here?
I mean, Team Liquid potentially could be getting out of this group over Mad Lions, which would be massive. So watch this fight again. Look at Icon come from behind. Yes, it does set up for a big ultimate here, but the follow-up is so good from CoreJJ. The second he pops out, he comes in. And look at where Tactical is. He's at the front of this team fight. You think that Yumi's attached to this Tristana with how much he can do and how little fear he has, but no, he's just going in and out by himself.
And instantly Buster Shots Arle out of the fight as well. So the Gwen can't be that sticky monster that she can be in some of these team fights. The rest of TL is able to play around Icon with that extra space. It was actually kind of heroic from Tactical frontlining on the Tristana. Really liked it as Arle now looking for a potential flank. Final chapter available very, very soon.
For the wave. Bot lane's pushing.
Yeah, they're on a timer. LNG, they need to start this one off. Now going to do it. Icon. Let's see whether the claw is going to work out here. Does put it down, gets right in there, but immediately takes way too much damage. Has to go into the Frozen Tomb as Santorin in a whole lot of trouble, but he's a tank. He's absolutely fine. It is going to be the Drake stolen away by Tarzan, but can they actually keep themselves alive? And I think the answer will be no as the Gwen falls down. Jensen might need to be a little bit more careful there, but now go teleports. We're finishing the game. Tarzan looks to try and cancel, but no, Graves is already in the base and he does so much damage. Now Tarzan's just trying to fight this one out as best he can. Will get stunned up by the chains, and there is a whole lot of craziness happening. They're just stopping the back throw because this box shot will kill the Nexus, and TL will take down LNG, evening up their score lines at 2-2.
An 8,000 gold lead at the end of the game there, but this was an outclassing across the map from Team Liquid from the early to mid game.
And leaving Lissandra open when we know that it's a counter matchup. And I'm just wondering, how strong is the champion right now? Because it's doing so well in a meta where on the mid lane you have a lot of point-and-click CC, and it's not supposed to do so well against this kind of champion. So LeBlanc broken against?
Maybe. It's pretty strong for sure, but I think we realized it's one of Icon's best champions as well. So it was kind of like, it's one of my best champions, it's one of his best champions, so we kind of just, pick it. I think a champion like Lissandra can do well into it, but again, it's like pretty hard because the gank setup from LeBlanc is pretty scary, and if LeBlanc plays really well, then it can be pretty hard to win. Yeah.
Well, you were the better LeBlanc player today, then, which gave you the Oppo player of the game. What did you think about your performance?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. Wasn't too many mistakes. I was a bit sad I died. I think I shouldn't have died that one timing, but other than that, I think I played pretty well, yeah.
It's interesting to see the shifts in how teams are doing in the second round robin, because the LEC, who was supposed to do well, are not doing so well. LCK is just becoming stronger. The LPL is underperforming. You guys are doing incredible. Cloud9 was doing super well, and also 100 Thieves on the last game against EDG. What's your take on the shift and how teams understand the meta right now when it comes to different regions?
I think when you first come into Worlds, you try to understand the meta and kind of play what like the better teams are playing. So for us, I think we struggled a bit because we kind of like played champions that weren't like maybe too much our own style. So then, we kind of adapted, tried to like think of what makes us good as a team. So we changed that a little bit. As for the other teams, I don't really know. I think the most important thing is just you play what you're confident with.
Can you give more about what makes you confident and the shift and the adaptations that you did in the drafts?
I don't want to like talk too much about the draft, but I think it's mainly just we play team comps. We've played a lot in NA and kind of have an idea how to play, and not so much follow the meta of like the very top teams, because it can be a bit hard to play things you haven't played too much yourself. So yeah, we're kind of just playing what we feel confident and comfortable with.
Playing your game and not especially by the book. Looking ahead at this day right now, Jensen, you're looking really good with Team Liquid. What can we hope of the next game? You beat Mad Lions the first time around. How do you guys make it out?
I thought LNG would be the most important match for us, since we do have we're head-to-head against Mad Lions, right? So this was for sure the most important game for us to win, and I think going into Mad Lions, I think we all feel confident. We beat them before, so hopefully we can do it again. Hopefully
you guys can do it again. Well, Jensen, thank you very much for the interview. Good luck on the rest of your games, and we're going to take a short break now, and we'll come back with the third game of the day, Gen G versus LNG. Stay tuned.